Since 2020, the ARL GT3 trophy has established itself as one of the most competitive and entertaining leagues on the iRacing platform. Tonight, we embark on a new season featuring 12 rounds, 60 drivers, and they're all going to be fighting for 4 titles as well. Welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. Welcome to Season 7 of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick. Back alongside me, just as we had in the prototypes, is David Sampson. And it's round 1 of the season from Silverstone, hosted for you tonight. David, very excited about this one. You've got experience in this series. You took part about a year ago in this championship. And it's a tough one. 59 drivers to beat out on circuit every single week.
It's going to be tough, yeah. I mean, Silverstone's a tough track. The bop's looking pretty good here as well. It's a stacked field, large field. This isn't a forgiving track, and it is very demanding. It was an hour-long race, so yeah, I mean, it's not just fuel, as I usually badger on about. There's a lot of off-track management, and I mean, there's going to be a lot of traffic. This is going to be a tough one for the guys, so big points on offer.
Definitely, and yeah, this is going to be perhaps the most demanding race of the season with this big circuit, but still easy to have problems go wrong. We're using the GT3 cars, obviously. We've got the full Virus lineup from the official series, and so we've got the Audi, we've got the Mercedes, we've got the BMW, we've got the Porsche, we've got the Lamborghini, and we've got the Ferrari. The Ford and the McLaren are available for the drivers, but no one has picked it for this season. And so we're left with these 6 cars, and one of them, of course, will be getting a refresh, David, in just about a week's time.
Yeah, it couldn't come soon enough as well. I think we've all been looking forward to the Audi change. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic... I mean, I remember the days where the Audi was the go-to car, and I do miss those days. Much like the Porsche, it's a good oversteery car, a lot of fun. So I'm hoping it also brings the Lambo in contention, because they've always shared a similar DNA, so if the Audi's going to be strong, hopefully the Lambo as well will be.
Definitely. And let's have a look at our huge calendar. I mean, 3 months this championship is going to take us. 12 rounds, same length as last season. A couple of drops as well. And there is Silverstone heading us out. What's the one that you're looking forward to most, though, David?
If I was driving, Sebring. If I'm watching, Daytona.
It's always a good one on the race to the line. We
Yes.
saw it, obviously, in ESL R1
Yeah.
recently. And every other championship that we have
Yeah.
on the channel, on iRacing, in sim racing. Daytona's a fantastic track. Obviously, the best circuit is going to be Mugello, though. Like, that is an impeccable circuit, loved by so many. It's amazing that's coming to iRacing. And it's maybe going to be our first broadcast around that track, because it gets added next week. Of course, we've got the winter break where not a whole lot's going to be on during the festive celebrations, and then in the new year we'll be visiting Mugello, so very much looking forward to that. Of course, we have had 6 previous seasons, this even more if you count back to the Pro and Am championships that we used to host in this series. I think the best one, however, may have been the one that you took part in, David.
Of course.
The Season 5 finale and the championship fights that we saw as well, and we got a little bit of a recap clip as well of this fantastic battle. Not sure if you were you racing in this one?
Sitting P11 apparently. I do remember this race, yeah.
Remember what was going through your mind at this point whilst the championship was being decided on the last lap?
I remember, what is this, Freddie and Paul fighting for the end with Oscar Pye?
Pye and Drysdale going for the title. Drysdale managing to overtake Pye on the last lap. Oscar, of course, qualifying for Pesk just a couple of months ago. Very good, talented young driver. And of course, part of the Coanda Academy at that point. I think he may be into the main squad. And this was some move from Drysdale. Does get beat by Venditti with a nice underneath move here, but that was enough for Drysdale. As a Pro-Am to win the overall title, I think it's long odds on us seeing that again this season.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seeing the names on the sheet, it's going to be a hard feat to pull off. But as we've seen, it is possible. Wow, to see all these Lambos brings back lovely memories after mentioning the lack of Lambos nowadays. Yeah, you asked what I was thinking about. That was a tough field. And I had just changed from... I think you gave a free driver swap when the new BOP came out end of season, and the Lambo looked like it, but at Sebring it just didn't suit me. And I was pushing as hard as I can, but the competition was really tough. Really tough. I enjoyed the race though.
I think we had about 3 different box changes that season.
We did.
Like it changed after the tyre build, and then it changed again. Yeah, was chaotic. Epton played a lot that season. So let's have a look at our picks then. These are my picks.
Wrong
David,
picks.
for this season. It's a mixture of what I want to happen and what I think will happen. Aleix Alcaraz. Now, many people won't be familiar with that name. Even a lot of Apex Racing League nerds won't know about that name. But Aleix was one of the first ever Apex Racing League champions, and we got like some footage of it as well, of Aleix managing to win the first ever season of our F3 Championship. Now, this was back in 2020. This was years ago. Guy hasn't raced since, and he's decided to swap categories and jump into some GT cars and see if he can be as successful on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I know, I've never heard of him.
I don't know if he's improved. Maybe he's got worse since. I don't know. We'll see. Pro-Am, Salvador Piazzese. We've also got a clip for this. Amateur champion last season. Now, this would be cool if he could win the amateurs, then he wins the Pro-Ams.
Yep.
And then obviously next year it will be an easy pick for me to put him as the Pro champion.
Of course,
as well.
it's easy,
So,
yeah.
this is just a reminder of one of his many wins in the amateur category, managing to get this late overtake done at Daytona, as we were speaking about earlier on. Yeah, I think hopefully for Northamptonshire Racing it'll be a threat again this season.
Yeah, looks like I picked good tracks. I mean, these are the 2 we've just shown.
Yeah, and of course with Daytona coming up, I mean that's why Daytona's on the schedule. Many familiar ones, and that'll be a 75-minute race as well around Daytona later on this season, so that will be a very engaging one. Amateur winner, I'm going to go for Adam Hedgecock.
Good choice.
He's a Battlestar Galactica fan, like us.
Like us.
So,
he's a good driver, yeah. That's a good pick.
I think that's good enough logic. And teams ADX Racing Esport, because they've got Del Piccolo in their team, and Del Piccolo won the Teams Championship in Porsche Cup. So I've got logic here. For my picks, even though they're not necessarily the highest I-rated driver, Piazzese is the lowest I-rated Pro-Am driver. I'm being very edgy when it comes to that. Let's see what your picks are, David. For
let's see the correct picks. Let's see then. So for Pro, I have none other than Zach White, who will be driving here tomorrow, the 24 Hours of Silverstone with the Brick Car event. So we're going to be driving in the Ferrari. I've known him a very long time. He's very quick. 6.1k, I think. And he's actually going to be driving in blue tomorrow with Apex Racing Team at the DLNS. I think I'm correct. Oh, DNLS. Yeah, I was close enough. Those 4 letters. Yeah, fantastic driver. I think he's driving today in the Mercedes. That's one of his strongest cars. Yep, easy pick for me. Gonna
see a little bit of bias for Greg.
Maybe. But there's a little bit of bias in all these. Me and Zach, good friends. Yeah, Greg Hubler, Pro-Am, very good driver, very strong, very consistent. He's been racing a very long time. He's always seeking to improve and get better. I think he was a little bit under the weather today, so I think I saw him leaving the pits and hitting the track. Yeah, he's a strong driver. I've raced him a lot, raced with him a lot. He's a good guy. I can see him slapping Pro-Am and whoever you picked.
Matti Helenius, of course, hailing from Finland. Yep. And that's good logic enough, isn't it?
I mean, Matty's my moddiest mod on all my socials. He's a good driver. He shouldn't be Am. I mean, don't change him. He's going to kill me if you do. He's a fast driver. He's been doing a lot of races this week. He's doing a lot of IMSAs. He's been doing really well. I think he's in the Ferrari. Yeah, he's going to do great. And for team pick, a little bias here because my name's in it. Yeah, little bias. That was the reason. It is a coincidence, yeah.
It just happens to be the best team on the grid.
I used a mathematical algorithm and, all the charting and everything, and then it came out as Samsung SimSport, so I went with it. I just rolled with it.
Yeah. I mean, remarkable stuff.
Yes.
The fact that they're all friends of yours, incredible. It's just remarkable.
It is.
Let's see if they pick out. The dream is always that we get to the end of the season and we can bring up these clips. And we're right. But it's never happened before. Let's see if it happens this season. Let's have a look at the track then that we got for tonight. Silverstone, one of the few circuits that we actually know all the corner names for, at least. And how do you think it is for 60 cars? Like, I'm sort of in 2 minds. It's a very wide circuit, in my opinion, way too wide. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a massive fan of it. But at the same time, it's very, very long, and at least one that the drivers know exceptionally well.
Yeah, I mean, it is wide, but its width doesn't lend any benefit because all the corners are medium to high speeds, you know, chuck the nose in. I mean, end of the day, there's a reason we get a lot of off tracks here. It's because it's not wide enough for one car. So for two, yes, on entry, it always seems wide. It always seems inviting. The straights are nice and wide, and you do build up a lot of speed. But the dirty air following is tricky. Off-track management is going to be very tricky for the guys today. I don't know what the limit is, but an hour is an hour. It's going to be really tough. And door-to-door racing is just difficult in GT3s unless you both take off speed, and then you have the guy behind you who's going to pass you both. So it's just the nature of the beast here.
And race start as well. Two-file goes green when
the
you're
last
coming
corner,
out of Stowe.
short. I assume it's a short pace lap.
Yeah.
Cold tyres, cold rears. Yeeting it when you get that adrenaline rush. You put the throttle down, the rear kicks out, and you're done.
Yeah.
And if one person does that, there's nowhere to go. And the problem is going far left is a slowdown, going right there's a wall. It filters out after that because the next one's a high-speed corner that's very tricky to follow. Again, the dirty air then shuffles everyone to single file. But yeah, the last corner, we've all done it.
We sure have. Well, we have got qualifying coming up first. We're going to go to an advert, and then we will go trackside to see what is going on at the moment for our 50+ drivers out on circuit. We'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time. Welcome to Silverstone. Those who have raced in this championship recently in Season 6 of GT3 Trophy, or raced in perhaps the Prototype Championship that we broadcast just a couple of weeks ago, will be familiar with this qualifying format. It's 32 minutes long, 10 minutes for the AMs, 10 minutes for the Pro-Ams, 12 minutes for the Pros. Trust me, it is fair. And it's currently in progress, and we are 10 minutes in almost. And the final few amateur drivers are setting their qualifying times at the moment. Currently, it's Jonathan Cook, who is one of the only drivers to be below the 2-minute mark. But our picks, Helenius and Hedgehog, not doing bad.
Not doing bad too. Sub 2 minutes as well. I'm trying to think for qualifying time. I think the pros are going to be aiming for like...
what are you doing in your prep for?
Like
I mean, 57s, right?
57.9, yeah. But two of the guys who can't qualify, unfortunately, are doing like mids 57s, which is 57.4. I think that is never going to happen for me. I've done one 57.9, but no, if I was to queue here today and it only had, say, what, 2-3 laps, I'd be looking at like a 58.3, 58.4. Because the off tracks come up, like all the confidence in the world in practice, you know, like you can tell yourself, oh, I blew that lap, I'll go again. When quali, yeah, unfortunately, it adds up really quick. So I'm going to predict, well, they're going to be faster than me, a few of them for sure. Oh, Zach, one of the guys I mentioned who can't qualify for Motor is Zach, so he's going to be aiming around that 57.5, I think his PB.
Van Helden, who's one of the best names on the grid.
Prototype driver for
exactly. Yeah. Compares them to the arch nemesis trajectory many times, and well, we've got 12 more rounds of that coming up as well, so got that to look forward to. 2.2 seconds off the pace at the moment. Many new drivers in the series.
Yep.
Tansov is one of them, and he's up to P3 just ahead of Hedgecock. And of course, even if you're improving your time and you're not improving places, it will still matter because the Pro-Ams and the Pros are going to come later on. And the Pro-Ams aren't going to beat all of these AMs by any means. I'm sure a few Pros will be behind some of the top AMs as well. And so any improvements that you can get are going to be very valuable.
Indeed. And obviously, hello to everyone in chat. Loads of messages. Mark's saying Matty's cooking. He is cooking. He looks like he's... they're done for time, right? Because it says outlap. There's no way he can start another lap if 10 minutes are done.
No, yeah. You've got to start your lap before the 10 minutes is completed.
Yeah. 57.9. Yes, Thomas. I did. I'm right, aren't I? It was. Zach can do a 57.5, I thought. Perhaps I'm in the wrong number.
Maybe you're the wrong track. Shoot something of Interlagos. We've got the Pro-Ams going out on circuits now.
Here we go.
And Jared Del Piccolo, really watch out for him. He is the highest I-rated Pro-Am driver. His I-rating actually means that he should be a pro, but you can tell he's got a little bit of work to do because he hit that curve far too hard. But he will be near the front. He finished, I believe, runner-up in the Pro-Am Championship in the Porsche Cup series that we hosted a couple of seasons ago. So he's come close to an Apex Racing League title, but he's yet to quite get over the line. But I think, dare I say, besides our picks, he's maybe the favourite for this season.
So we got Zach in chat saying 57.5 is right. Zach, so here we go. I usually get swarmed the questions. What's your prediction for your Q lap? No pressure, because we are going to be watching. What is your quali time?
Should we do that? Should that be like extra points?
Yeah,
that if you get within a 10th,
yep,
then you get 5 seconds at the end of the race minus to your time.
Yes, that would be brilliant. Hello, Thomas. Also doing the 24 of me tomorrow. You guys are all going to be starting because I'm going to sleep in.
Mark Fletcher saying, come on, Hedge. Mark, of course, the leader of Altitude Esports, who are a very competitive team in a variety of cars as well. We see them pop up in this and, I mean, the Clios as well, and many other categories.
Yeah, I know the team well. Oh, Zach's predicting a 58.7, so it looks like I got my the second wrong. Okay, I meant 58s, not 57s.
I mean, I think 57s for anyone. At least by what I'm judging, Cook, and I didn't think Jonathan's done one of our leagues before. That is, I think, could be a dangerous time. But we're going to find out soon how good it is because the Pro-Ams are coming up to the end of their laps. Picking up a little bit of a slipstream is Arco Bizaglia, a driver who I think you raced against Bizaglia, I believe, in your season. But he has certainly done other ARL series besides that.
Maybe. I don't keep a track of people behind me. Wow.
Where did you finish that season? 15th?
Thank you, Sam. That's a good looking livery with the orange stripes down the middle. I recognise that, the Samsung SimSport livery.
That is nice.
It is.
Nice. And it is a great looking car. It's always a case whenever a new car gets added that there's a period of a few months where you think, wow, that's the best looking car ever. And then it gets a bit stale after a while. But that's still running high for me. I still like the look of the 296.
Yeah, I agree. The rear took a little while for me to enjoy it. It's a bit strange, the rear. But yeah, good looking car. Xavier in chat, I was going to hop on iRacing earlier for some F4 practice. My whole PC bricked, not the evening I was expecting. Sorry to hear that, mate. Just break it down to basics, redo everything and see. Hello, Matty in chat. P6 at the moment with the Pro-Ams out there. Looking good, mate.
Currently Hooper at the top. I believe we have got 4 debutants. Debutants.
Wow, I learn a new word every time I come on here.
Could use the word rookies. No,
Yep.
debutants.
Newbies.
Hooper is the top of them. There's Ubatali, Rattiani, and Cook.
Just realised we've got to learn all new names again.
Well,
I just finished learning the prototype names. I knew them.
I realised that I haven't done any practice, so the grid coming up in 15 minutes' time is going to be an absolute nightmare.
Oh, you're nailing it, mate. Ubatali, Hooper, Ratatouille.
Wow.
I say that's what we should do. You say the name once and you leave it. You stick with that. That's it.
No, that's the worst thing to do.
What, we have Van Helsing and everyone.
Yeah, no, to be fair, Van Helsing's all right. Yeah, we can get away with that. There goes Hutchinson. He was one of the favourites for myself. Lewis Ward, who's working on the broadcasting today, also fancied Hutchinson's chances of maybe fighting for the Pro-Am title.
Yeah, he's a great driver. He would have been one of my picks if I didn't pick the boys.
David Moeller, who I believe is in what championship? Is it? I think it's Porsche Cup that Moeller is in. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Driving as a Predator, he's in 20th place at the moment. As Hooper improves and manages to get back ahead of Piazzese, the Ferrari driver, doing very well at the moment. A little bit of an unknown quantity going into this. 3.4K is Hooper. The Pro-Am cutoffs, I believe it's 4K between the Pro and the Pro-Am, and 2.5K between the Pro-Am and the Am. But there are some exceptions. There are a few drivers who, you know, dip in and out.
Gotcha, yeah. That's a great lap from Hooper, 59.1. Salvatore, 59.2. Thomas, 59.4. 59.4, very competitive now. Times are closing up. Where did the AMs finish up? So at the moment, Jonathan Cook is sitting P6 overall. Matti Helenius, P12 overall. It's not doing too bad. Definitely a jump in times as we went up to the Pro-Am. Seeing lots of Porsches.
Yeah.
Great car here, though, at this track. As long as you're willing to tame it over the hour and, you know, be careful on your entries, it's the car I'd pick here. Not necessarily the car I'd pick for all season long, though, even though it is my favourite car. Oh, yeah, look at that livery.
Yeah. Pretty good timings as well. I mean, the sun is shining here at Silverstone. And so you really do get the most out of these great liveries, flexing off nicely. Also, the fact that it's a fairly new track to the sim, not as new as many. Not as new as what Mugello will be, which we'll visit later on this season.
You're liking Mugello, aren't you? Do you know the track?
Pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Not like completely off by heart, but I pretty much know, yeah.
I come from F1 background, so I only know now the tracks I learnt in iRacing and F1 games, and that's it.
And I guess you didn't have F1 2020? Not sure if it was even added to F1 2020. I remember there were lots of angry people that there weren't various circuits added.
I did. When Hungaroring was announced, I didn't actually know that track. It was a weakness of mine.
But you watch Formula 1, so how do you not know all the tracks?
Well, I think in GT, it's very different, right?
But you know the way that it goes, right?
Not really. No, not from watching.
The corners don't change depending on what car you drive.
I don't think I learn a track from watching a race, no. I honestly don't.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, it's not a technique I definitely don't have.
Aske Lauritsen, another new driver, brother to, or related to, another Lauritsen, whose first name escapes me. But
wow, he's related to someone with the same surname. Oh my God.
Big call, big if true.
I bet a few drivers have got that situation.
Is that the case with you?
A sister.
Wow. Huge news there.
There's Greg Hubler in an old Samsoid livery. Looks like a Samsoid Emerald, I want to say. So hopefully someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong. David Scott, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, I think
Ooh, there you go.
Greg just wanted some TV time. He saw the cameras on and was like, look at this.
Xavier Masco, who's probably got the best name of anyone in the YouTube chat tonight. Mugello is so great. I'm super excited for it, not going to lie. Thank you, Xavier.
That's another good-looking livery. People have really stepped up today. David Stephen. Scuderia.
Volpe, we have been told to pronounce it. Not Volpe, Volpe.
I'm going to say Volpe, then. By P1 Sim. Look, good-looking car.
I think a good mark of a good livery is when it looks different from different angles. And of course, you got one livery looking at it from the front and one livery looking for it.
Do you remember when
good.
Renault?
Yeah, Renault 2017.
Yeah, where it was yellow from the sides and black from the front and rear?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it was really cool.
Yeah. Really
cool. Yeah, lots of F1 liveries need to change. I get the brand thing, but I'm sick of the Red Bull one.
Well, of course, AlphaTauri are going to be changing next season, one would think.
Yeah, to...
Well, they don't even know what they're going to be called yet. I don't think that decision's even been made.
I heard it was going to be Oh, I did know. Ball racing or something, or ball bullying. But hopefully someone in chat remembers. Hey, Aaron, in chat? Yeah, I heard Teague. Yeah, we mentioned it on the stream earlier. Greg's not feeling too fantastic. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to say ball racing, but hopefully someone in chat remembers what it looks like it's going to be.
Rennsport goes up to 5th place. We can't have Red Bull and ball racing.
Racing balls, someone in chat said.
No, it can't be racing. What? That's the worst name I've ever heard.
I know. And they own the AlphaTauri clothing brand. Why not just go back to AlphaTauri? Sorry, to Toro Rosso. I liked that because Toro Rosso means Red Bull in Italian. Yeah, which I thought was classy.
Yeah.
If
it's called ball racing, that's awful stuff. I don't mind. Well, now that they've got rid of Franz Tost,
I don't see the point of the team. They don't use the junior drivers anyway. I don't get the point. Don't get the point. Say it to Porsche.
Well, yeah, if they're not sponsoring other, if they're calling themselves ball racing, then yeah, what is the point?
We're learning breaking news that Matti Hellenius loaded the wrong set. Any comments there, Sam?
I mean, was it? I guess racing set, right? Like rather than quali set, or maybe a completely different circuit.
I imagine he loaded the VRS Q, i.e. only allowing 2 laps, that's my guess, rather than a set that more like double out lap. Because you definitely want a double out lap here. Do double and then double out that double push is exactly what I would be doing.
Another quality livery provided by Jonas Boden. He raced in this series many moons ago, I think a couple of years ago, and was one of the front runners actually, was Boden. And I think even back then he was racing for Hell Racers, which is a very good team name as well, I'll give them that. And yeah, watch out for Jonas. I haven't seen him race in about 2 years, like I said, but I think he will be. I think he'll be near the top.
Okay. Old. He's not in a Porsche. I'm seeing Porsche 237 at the moment. That's the car I'd definitely be in here at Silverstone. There's a lot of twisty sections. It's all about traction and getting the nose in, and that's what the Porsche does best. As I say, we are going to see a lot of Porsches just overcook it in one of the high speeds, and yeah, if you over-rotate, you're gone.
So for those just tuning in, this is now the Pro qualifying, and the drivers are coming up to the end of their first attempt. So that timing board that you can currently see is going to change a lot over the next minute or so.
Robert in chat is saying, we're not racing the VRS set today, David. Special sauce today. Okay. Understood. Hey, Alan. Hello, everyone in chat. Hope everyone's doing well. Any questions, obviously, feel free to answer them. Feel free to ask them. Where answer them? I mean, if we don't answer
We sometimes ask questions.
We
I
do.
asked a bad amount of questions. Porter goes to the top. Your Tortoise also goes up at the top, and they immediately tow back to the pits to get a new set of tyres. They didn't want to go for 2 laps. They just wanted the 1 lap and go back out.
So I think when you showed me the sheet, obviously I'm a Zach fan, but you showed me the sheet and the first name I said was, oof, Porter's here.
And it looks like Porter, since I last did the iRatings, has actually gained like 400 iRating. Dare I say, I think Porter might have the highest iRating of anyone because he's now ahead of Alcaraz.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I know. I've seen him drive. He is very, very quick. Still hasn't done the 57.4 I was going to be doing, but what can I say? It's 1.3 seconds off. It might have been a mistake on my end, but no. Oh, watching. So he's in the Ferrari. Interesting. You look at this last corner, how awkward it is for everyone. You have to almost take the off track, as he almost does there. Hey, Lone, evening. Let's watch a lap of the... Oh, that's that lap over.
Yeah. And once you have that first slide, obviously he's overheated the tyres, and then you can't catch the second slide.
Yeah, that's what I said about the Porsche. Over rotation, it's over. As we're watching Zach, where's Zach's camera? I think Zach's camera was enabled. No. All right, I'll chase him because he checked with us how to do it. All right, let's watch Zach lap. This is my man pick for the pro win. He'll be joining me in the 24 tomorrow in the old Ferrari because they're keeping it in the style of the cars that currently run in the Brit car. So we're going with the 488 Evo.
That's fair enough.
Which is an absolute tyre shredder. I did my first stint practice last night and I ended with 23% on my front left. I don't mind. I like a loose car, so it's suiting me.
Seemed very neat and tidy through the loop.
Does indeed.
And then through Aintree. This is the Wellington Straights. And then these are the rest of the corners I can take from F1 2002. And I know that this is Brooklands and Lovefield, Woodcuts, and then
2-4,
Hops.
T5. Oh, sorry, you know the names, do you?
too many years in America.
Maybe. Right, let's keep an eye. He wants to grab the sausage on the inside and get that throttle floored. Let's keep an eye. Can he slap the sausages? He caught them, yes. Getting rights on the grey stuff, good. This is always hard to watch from cockpit cam. It's difficult to judge it's all about how much speed you can carry, but as long as you can the exit on the right, you just want to be able to get early throttle without any front scrub. Looks quite clean, looks very clean. Careful of the off track. That off track's disgusting on the outside there.
Yeah. These are pretty good sector times. They will get him in the ballpark. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be pole, but I think this could genuinely be front row of the grid if he pulls off this final sector.
So he would be qualifying for me tomorrow, but he's helping Apex now. I sold him.
And very nice lap time. Albeit I'm not sure if he's going to have time to do another one after. No, he will have time, won't he? Yep. There is him go, and he does go to second place. So yeah, it wasn't ever going to be enough for pole, but the rest of it was very, very nice, and he will have one more attempt. It's still Porter at the top.
Yeah, brilliant lap. He's what, 2.5 tenths clear. Then the pack does tighten up. 58.9, 58.9, 59 flat, 59.1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 is the most popular, brings you all the way down to the top 11 of 59.2. So yeah, very competitive at the top there. As we see, very nice looking Ferrari there. Very nice. Look at that livery. Yeah, 69. Thank you for the sub to the Apex TV channel.
Alan Luth accusing you only if you don't know how to drive the 488 the tyres will shed. Is that true?
Correct. I am a tyre shredder and the car is a tyre shredder.
Of course, the drivers are going to be doing, well, the whole race on one set of tyres. They're not going to be changing tyres. They are limited to fuel in this series, so they're limited to 60% fuel. They'll be needing to pit on about well, I mean, you'll know better than me, but it's about 35 minutes, isn't it, that they'll need to be pitting with 60% fuel?
Yeah, I'd say around that. No, they won't be taking tyres then if you've limited the fuel, I don't think.
I mean, they could take 2 tyres, but that's a rarity. We don't usually see people do that in the GT3 trophy.
Yeah, I mean, this track is, if there is time, I would take lefts, 100%. That's just the only combination I'd take, though. Lefts or nothing.
Chris van der Nesse with a very good lap time. Absolute veteran. He won. We used to host a championship called Apex Racing League GT Championship, not GT Trophy, on a Sunday night. And van der Nesse, I think, won the Amateur Championship one season. And I'm talking, again, like 2020 or something. So really experienced driver is Chris. Used to drive the BMW a lot, now in the Porsche. But doing well. And yeah, Chris used to be like an amateur driver. He's improved a lot. He's up to 4.8k now and demonstrating why he should be a pro.
Yeah, your memory is scary, by the way. But yes, indeed, you are correct. Good lap. Let's see, is Porter out there settings? Nothing. Chris van der Nessel's last lap was a good one. Let's see. Zach's still out there, but 2 improvements. It looks like something went wrong in the first sector. Let's see. Most people are done. What have we got? Minute and a half? Yeah. So this format's slightly different in the sense that the pros can't finish their lap. It's the time is the time.
The time is the time.
The time is the time.
I would explain why, but I think it's quite dull. Sampoli goes to second place. That was
very nice
speedy,
lap.
very
nice lap.
Final
57.
sector. Really good, just end of the lap. Actually, I think he lost a bit. No, it was good throughout to her.
See what Zach can do. Come on. Surely he hasn't got time. Well, no, he does. Well, no, he does not have. I'm trying to work out where he is in the track.
I think he was weaving down the straight anyway, so I don't think he's even on a push lap necessarily.
Alan in hey, that's the Italian something. I have heard that before, actually. I was watching a stream a race, and Sampoli was in the race doing well, and I heard someone in chat go, hey, it's the Italian Samsoid. I like it.
Caserta with a couple of PBs on the side. We've got a lot of Italians. Italians are the most populous nation in this. In fact, we've got Italians from 14th down to 19th. We've got 6 in a row at the moment. Let's see if Caserta can break that. He doesn't improve, and we have still got that row of Italians who hopefully will be kind to one another on the race start. Many of them are teammates. Here is Zach, but this isn't an improvement. He's not pushing on this lap. Maybe he thinks that he can complete the lap that he's just started, but unfortunately, Zach, you can't.
No, we've pulled you out the car, mate. No, I think he was just, filling it out, getting ready, probably going through some procedures in his head. Or, like you said, he just didn't know.
So let's go into the grid then for this first time. And yeah, lots of drivers. Got 2 minutes. Alessandro Porta on pole position. Then it's Carlo Sampoli making it an all-Italian front row. Then it's Chris van der Nesse, Zach Vitro White, Harodas Yatortas, Aleix Alcaraz, Andrea Dalla Velle, Ethan Critchley, Alessandro Piozzi, and Michael Hooper. An amazing amount of rookies in that top 10. Hooper's top of the Pro-Ams. Then it's Graman, Salvador Piazzese, really punching above his weight. Again, he's like 1.5K below some of his Pro-Am rivals, and he's up there in PT. Then it's Bowden, Panini, Chabuco, Caserta, Torchio, Avanzini, Urbatali, Loritzen, Rasciani, Del Piccolo, Cook. David is in 24th. Then it says Hutchinson, Bisaglia, Vitozzi, Van Grieken, Sketchley, Van Horn, Hellenius is top, well, Porgy's second place out of the AMS. It was actually Jonathan Cook, who I mentioned earlier on, top of the AMS. Then it is Hubler, Broderick, Atanasov, Hedgecock, Agard, Fowler, Mulbrian, Carinante, Chatterton, Mola, Bermanis, Perdro, Schwab, Van Helden, Hancocks, Kasaroskas, Reeve, Luritzen, Mats Luritzen. Then is Simonov, Walsh, Delat, PJC, and Oakler rounding out the 54 cars. Sorry that everyone has to hear through that, but
yeah, it took so long, mate. This is the last lap. This is white flag.
I'd like to name everyone's name.
You did well.
Once.
You did well.
Because some of these guys, dare I say, might be out on lap 1 or just have a dull race potentially.
Look at this. If anyone is on a old GPU right now, they are on 43 FPS. Just saying. Seriously, if you're mid-grid, you are gonna.
A lot of people haven't got max cars on.
Oh, sure. God. This is gonna be tricky. So it's the last corner. So for anyone unfamiliar with Silverstone, this is a short pace lap. Green is when the leader goes, or obviously when the rate's green, but they will be actually just before the last corner when the leader goes, obviously, because he's not going to wait for the straight. And then we just pray everyone's got their rears in order. All the Porsches will not. Here we go.
So it's Porter to bring Season 7 of Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy to a start, and he leads us away. He is leading ahead of Sampaoli. No changes in the top 7 so far, and they're all going single file at the front of the field. Few changes and a little bit of a nudge as well for one of the Porsches. But the drivers were, there's some absolute diving about. There's going to be some big moves, and that is an early spin, and that is for Ethan Critchley.
Oh, stay still. Yeah. People going 3 wide and with cold tyres in there was never going to work out. It looked like the smallest of contacts, but there's no room there. You're all cold tyres, you're all limited trying to turn and brake at the same time.
And look at the gap as well that Porter has opened up. That's the advantage of being pole position around this circuit. Still the top 5 the same way round. Dalla Valle did manage to gain a position for himself, and there's some tight action going into Brooklands, and now we go through the long rights of Luffields and onto the old pit straight.
That's Purita. He's down 6 positions.
There was someone who hit a Porsche. Was that him maybe?
I'm
He
not
got
sure.
really unsettled through turn 1.
There was a BMW that sent it on T2 down the inside of a high speed, which... Oy, oy, oy. By the way, there are people on 3X, by the way. Just so you know, there are definitely people already on 3X. What's the limit? Do we know the limit?
20.
20. Oof. At the start, people were wise. They did take the off-track rather than spin. As we're on board with Andrea Dallaval from Absolute. Oh yeah, this was the nice livery Ferrari, I think.
And he is up 1 place. Top 5 in front of him have not changed at all. Also already with a 1 second lead. Leader of the Pro-Ams currently Michael Hooper. And leader of the AMs is still Jonathan Cook.
Door to door. I seem to be able to follow very closely here. I've been racing IMSA here, not just GT3, so I've been racing the MDH here, but the GT3s look like I can follow quite close here. It's nice to see a good mix of cars in the top, 9? We've got 4 manufacturers. That's brilliant to see. And the dominance of the Porsches definitely dropped out a bit since the start of Q. Looks like a few of them did struggle. Yeah, I'm seeing a few Porsches down a few positions. As we're on board with Robert Van Horn, his debut race for ARL. He's very excited. He had some wheel trouble just before the race. He was panicking a bit. I said reboot your computer and change your USBs like you're at an old phone switchboard and pray.
It works.
Yeah, well, it's working.
Vandenesse up into... apologies, that's Vandenesse losing out to Zach White. So Zach up into 3rd position. The top 2 just getting away a bit, and I do wonder if maybe Vandenesse is going to be a little bit of a block for the drivers behind. Yatorta's former Pro-Am champion in the Porsche Cup Series is next up behind.
Yep, Alan in chat, the question today will be the Porsche. Will the Porsches be able to prevent over-rotation? And if the Ferraris can keep tyres alive? It's a good point. And who can avoid the slowdown, the drive-throughs? Because, I mean, 4X. Quite a few drivers are already on 4X. Guarantee it. Apart from the front pack, they do seem to be in quite a single file, but we can see, is it P5, P6? They're quite close together. They're all still quite close together. When you're pushing here at Silverstone, it's just off-track. An off-track nightmare. Teammates there, North Sim Racing. Yeah, lots of Italians.
Lots of Italians.
Lots of Italians.
Jabuccio won the highest gains, about the highest gainer in the top 10. He's up 5 places. One of the positions he did gain was on his teammates. There it is. The guys who lost out, by the way, Russ Fowler was 9 places. Highest I-rated driver in the amateur category as well. Fowler, do watch out for him. There was Karen Nante, lost 8. Chatterton lost 8. Mulbroom lost 11. Bowler lost 9. And Adam Reeves, I think, got involved in something as well. And obviously Ethan Critchley, I think we'll probably get a replay of having a spin at the Village on lap 1 of the race. Someone else has had a spin there, but I think there might be a lap down. I think that's Adam Reeves, who I think is just sat by the side of the circuit.
Oof. Yeah, maybe a technician, I'm not sure. Didn't see it in time. Oh, as we're seeing, is that Zach having a look?
Yeah, he's looking pacey now, isn't he?
Yeah, there we go. Job's done. Well, the graphic settings on this broadcast, I'm not just bigging up the broadcast because I work for it, but it looks really good. iRacing, I don't know if it's just I'm used to Rennsport now, but this looks crisp. Look at the shadow detail. That looks really good. Right, so Zach's up position. There isn't much, I mean, these two have a, no, it's the leaders just got a 2.6 second lead where these two fought, but then they are gaggled up all the way down to P8. P9 Jonas is just 1.5 seconds back off Michael Hooper. How are AMs doing? Jonathan Cook sitting overall 21st, obviously first in his class. Looking good, up 2. Matti Helenius P2 in AMs, sitting 28th overall, up 3 positions. These guys are looking good. How many have we lost? We haven't lost many. Yeah, Adam Reeves. We're not sure what happened there. And Ethan Critchley. That might have been the...
Critchley got spun at turn 3.
Shame. Is this, how many fast... Is it a faster pair in this race?
1 faster pair for the drivers.
Excellent.
And I think for some of these pros, if they do get caught out early on, even if you tow, you could probably still pluck off a couple of amps by the end of the race. So it is worth getting back out there. Avanzini almost into the back of Ubertali. There's been a spin for Torchio, though, behind.
I see.
As we see Adam Hedgecock.
Try and get you a replay of that.
And yes, thank you, Adam, for having your webcam on. It is much appreciated.
Yeah, Zach said he was going to. We're deducting 3 points because at the end of the day he did say he would and didn't. I think that's 3 points.
Yeah, we don't like deception.
Deception.
Vandenese has just got past Sampoli. Well, I say he's got past. He's defending against Sampoli. He was briefly overtaken. So it looks like he's trying at least to hold on to it. This might be a battle that he loses, and I feel like this might be his battle for the entire race as he just cuts underneath. He was barely ahead. I don't think he honestly was fully ahead, and Sampoli had to get out of the throttle, and that forced him back. And I think Dalla Valle managed to gain a position and all of that on How Does Your Tortoise.
Yeah. You're nailing these names now at the speed of light, but yes, what you said is correct. We're still very gaggled up. I am proper impressed. The Dirty Air just doesn't seem to be affecting much. I'm used to LMDH here all week, and you just can't follow as close as this, like, and fight all race long, but it's looking like an exciting setup. You need to be careful that this much Dirty Air is going to hurt. Like, is going to really play trouble on your fronts. Yes, it's good for fuel saving, but I don't know. I think your fronts are going to be screaming by the end. This is a long race. An hour stint driving on my own, I was almost out of tyres. But that's on the old... Zach's turning on his camera while driving. Please check. Okay. we will get our studio team to check. Nothing yet. Please tell him not to crash, Jonathan. I can see him leaning over, filling out the web page. Hey, Todd.
Got some replays of the race starts. I'm always very hesitant to say, that looks like it's been a good start, but I was very close to saying it going into turn one on lap one. And they very much kept it up. It was impressive stuff. Here was the Critchley thing. Just got a bit aggressive down here. And it was actually Critchley who maybe just outbroke himself and made contact.
Yeah.
And that was Mulbrun being spun round.
Oof. This is on board with Chris. And
Charlton did lose out in this. Oh man, the guy behind just didn't slow down, did he?
Yeah, Chris slowed down for a yellow. That's not very iRacing of him.
So Critchley, after having an initial incident, then had a second incident, and honestly, I think that's probably Critchley's fault. He's sort of defending and attacking simultaneous.
Yeah, he changed line under braking. So I know it was two moves. He was fighting the guy on the left, but end of the day, the guy on the right was on the right.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week, but was it?
Well, it was Smith, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who came across just before. No, the guy came across in Smith just before the braking zone.
Yeah.
And we were saying, well, if you're going to come across just before the braking zone, or obviously in that case in the braking zone, you can't expect the other driver to miss you.
Yeah, we say the phrase "shutting the door." That's fine. Yes, shut the door in someone's face. Like even if you're an inch clear, but the next action cannot be full threshold braking.
Yeah.
Hello, Kenny in chat.
Welcome to Anders Meyer. Anders, why are you not out on circuit, man? Race winner on several occasions last season. I think he finished maybe 4th in the championship, but should have been higher than that. Missed a couple of rounds, I think, and had some unluckiness. Got hit by a curb at Fuji, and did a few flips. He's supporting Nikolai Agard, who's, I believe, in his first ever race, and Nikolai's doing all right at the moment.
I'm just trying to catch up with, who was it that spun? Alessandro... Yeah, or Alessandro Porch?
Piotti?
No, P28.
Ah.
He's down 11 positions.
Yeah, oh, this is messy. Look at that move. Oh, that's a lovely move. Double overtake at the loop.
Yeah.
That was for Piazzese, who now leads in the Pro-Ams. So he's been able to get past Hooper. Hooper's, I think, had a poor lap or something, and Piazzese managed to get 2 places there. Chabucho lost out in that. So Piazzese's been able to get past his teammate and get past the Pro-Am leader as something's happened to your Tortoise, who comes back onto... No, where is your Tortoise? He's still on.
Oh.
That is bad news. Well, the man who's been spending most of this time in the top 6.
Yeah, I think he was hitting the rear early in the race, but I don't know if that was a self-spin. We're trying to get a replay.
I think that was with Sampaoli.
Ah, okay.
That's correct, because Sampaoli's now behind Piers. So Piers is getting 4 places on this lap.
Wow. So P2, Zach now has almost a 5-second gap behind him. We've lost P3 and P4. Well, say lost, they've fallen.
Anders saying, don't tempt me, Sam.
Yeah.
Say Fridays is a no-go. He's still here watching the stream. Yep. Anders, you realise the faults in your logic. Come on, man. Entries are currently closed for this series, but they will open when some spots are made available. This is a long queue. After the fighting earlier on in this lap, they all bunched up, and then you've got a little bit of a gap, and then you've got this another very big pack.
Is that Fletcher making a move there, trying to? So fuel is going to definitely play a big part in this. They're gaggled up like 10 cars apiece. If you can be 1.5 seconds quicker in pit road, oh, look at that camera. If you can be 1.5 seconds quicker in pits, that's going to be 6 positions. You know, Rennsport fans. That's a good camera angle. So, question for the league and yourself, putting you on the spot. When the Audi comes out, are you going to allow a free car change to all drivers, or only the ones in the old Audi? No, it's got to be. Well, I'll let you answer that.
I did set a rule. I can't 100% remember what it was. I think it was that anyone can change to the Audi for free, but there's no other free changes.
Ah, clever.
So
the new Audi
should
comes
see a lot of Audis.
Yeah,
I think is the hope. Caserta, Panini, and Bodan having a furious battle. Oh man, and they've made contact. Bodan's done a good job at avoiding that.
I'm not sure what that was about.
Caserta gains a place. Are they? They're not teammates, are they?
Well, they're not teammates anymore after that move. Caserta he didn't go for the move. He was behind the guy the whole way and used the other guy as a brake. If you're going to go for the move, go for the move. That's what I say. Oh. Alan's asking, what did Hubler do? He said sorry in chat.
I don't think we saw Greg do anything. Yes, he qualified around, what, P25, I think?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find him now. He's up one position.
31. Oh, sorry, qualified P32, that's close enough.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Chat saying the Audi be OP for a few seasons. Usually, but this one's a weird one, right? Because we all know that there's no money behind this. Audi are done. This is just like a file they had in their archives and they've pressed forward to iRacing. Like there's nothing, I mean, the only incentive would be iRacing wants to sell more cars, but that's it. Usually there's a bit more of an incentive from the manufacturer.
So we just cut to that camera of the bridge camera. Not really a bridge, it's like a sign. And so a lot of cars which pass. But you're absolutely right, yeah, Audi they're not really making sports cars anymore, it seems like.
So question of the car flashing Cook, is that you are a class below me move, but obviously he's not obliged to move, right? I'm assuming.
Not obliged to move, no.
Because it's points is points.
Yeah, everyone gets points for their overall position, not for their class position.
So Jonathan should write on his rear view skill issue.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Check in.
Cook is 1,686 iRacing. He is 2,000 below Lauritsen ahead of him. He is 2,500 below Del Piccolo behind him. He needs to do more officials.
He does. Just checking in with Jonathan Cook. He's running very strong. P19 overall. If we put that in perspective, Matti Helenius second in the AMS is 28th, and then the most of them are sitting around the 33rd position. So yeah, it goes to show how what a good job Jonathan is doing. Very good job, especially in a BMW. I wouldn't drive that if BMW sponsored me to drive that.
And you can see that the green symbolises B license, I believe.
Oh, right, yeah.
The blue represents A, and yeah, P is Aze and Cook. I mean, obviously the A and the B doesn't matter really in terms of pace, but they both have a much lower iRacing than the rest. Like PSA's 8, I can't stress it enough, he's the lowest iRacing Pro-Am driver. There's 20 Pro-Ams, and he's winning out of all of them at the moment. And if he does win this championship, I think it'd be the best call I've made in my commentary career.
100%. All right, so we'll bring you some more replays. Let's have a look. This is Robert Van Hoort. Oof. Okay, yeah, good save.
Is that Hellenius going through?
Oh, yeah, it looked like
it looked like a finished livery.
Yeah.
Oh no! That was your tortoise on the inside.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually forcing him out. Once your rear fender touches, obviously you track out wide. But let's have a look at that from this angle. So one more look.
I think he's.
Oh no, I don't know. It's
think
hard
that's
to
a racing
say.
instant, honestly.
Yeah, the contact happened at the moment. It's hard to see.
There was a bit of movement in the braking zone, wasn't there? But arguably he's just getting an early apex.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it didn't look like he was making a move. Looks like he just. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Braden did really well. Good awareness of the mirrors. I mean, that's what. If you do enough racing, and it's a bit underrated how important it is to do Masters in your first few weeks of iRacing, you learn how to avoid idiots and just crazy moves. Personally, I think that's my best skill, is just driving in my mirrors and spotting when stuff like that's going on. It's very useful for those occasions.
I agree. People leave Mazdas too quickly. I hear that's one of the most common things people do, and they miss out on so much racecraft they could pick up from slow door-to-door racing.
Yeah, start out when you're 15 and poor, and then you can't buy any content. You have to race Mazdas for 3 months, like myself.
Right, let's check in with the leader. So yeah, Porter's got a 5.6 second lead, but how am I reading this? Zach's now... So Zach's gap hasn't really dropped much to Porter. Same, but he seems to have everyone behind him. Very... I can't explain that, because he had a 5-second gap. Yeah, so P1 is dropping Zach, and Zach is falling into the arms of Van der Ness and Dalval. And a few others, actually. No, yeah, just those three. But yeah, very close, actually.
Chris is doing a good job. I really thought Chris would be falling down the order. The first few laps looked bad for him. He was losing positions fairly regularly and had a lot of cars queuing up behind him. But the last 10 minutes or so, he's got a lot faster, and the field is spread out now behind him.
I'm being told I read the deltas wrong. I must have looked at the gap, not the interval. So yeah, Zach's obviously just maintaining it. I thought after the Sampoli and
Your tortoise.
Yeah, I thought there was a big gap built once that incident happens, but looks like I'm wrong. I know Zach's running strong. He's very good with fuel as well. Only because we used to race community race together, and he would be quicker than me, yeah. I'd always out-fuel save him. Actually, Silverstone season ago, he led every race, every lap until we exit the pits. And then he actually DM'd me, kudos me on the wings, had a 4-second lead, and he knew there's not long enough left. Yeah. I don't imagine he sorted his camera.
I mean, to be fair, his camera connection's got to go a very long way, seeing that he's our only Australian driver.
He's
serious?
He's New Zealand.
Sorry.
Yeah, good. I call him Aussie when he's annoying me.
Wonderful nation is New Zealand.
Indeed. Yeah, Chris is running very strong. And Dalval behind is also really close on this gaggle as well. Yep, there's the three of them. And it's not that far back to your pick, or Karaz, 2 seconds. And he's got Piazzi for company. And then Sampoli's running on his own a little bit, small bubble. And then we have a giant pack of 4. Jonas 1.5 seconds back. Another big gaggle, but the biggest gaggle has to be the 17 through to 21, 5 cars.
Well, yeah, even 16 down to 21. Ubertali is at the front of it. Still the remnants of that 6 consecutive Italians in around that region. But meanwhile, Hooper is going to be overtaken by Chabuco. who gained a lot of places earlier on, then got held up a little bit, got overtaken by his teammate Piazzese, but now he's been able to get back one of those places. And Hooper is gradually losing time to Piazzese. Hooper looked really strong in qualifying, took the Pro-Am pole, but Piazzese is now some 3 seconds ahead, continually expanding it. This is an equally as big battle as the one on the outskirts of the top 20. A few of these guys we haven't seen too much of so far. Vitozzi at the front of it, then it's Roberts, Van Horn, Merrick Van Grieken, Carl Sketchley, and Greg Hubler, with Aaron Broderick just hanging on to the back.
So 3 Samsung guys in that list as we're on board with Robert. He's, debut racer of ARL. He was very excited. He's going to make a move. Go on, son. No, don't actually. We're at maggots.
Not yet.
Yeah, just feel safe. More focus on exit. But then again, you've got a Merc in front of you. What are you going to do? They're built different in a straight line. I do wonder how they're all getting on with off track. So we can see the Merc behind definitely has a run.
Van Grieken.
Yeah, like I say, the Mercs are good on the straights. That's why you just need to focus on your exits. Oh, Robert is going to try and stick it around the outside here, but he's going to lose. I'll tell you what. There you go. Now force him out wide, mate. Keep him out wide.
Something's happened to Luritz, and just ahead of these guys, we're going to come across a corpse of a car, I think. There's the smoke, and there's the corpse.
Ooh. It's going to get awkward really quickly. 20-50 lifts. What's the effect where someone's slow and every
team?
Yes, but no. There's it's considered like the opposite way around. Like,
oh no, contact, and that's going to be wide for. I think that was Sketchley. Sketchley was one of them.
Yeah. Oh, there's a term for. Yeah, you're right. Constantine is what's caused like why everyone else goes slow. Oh, but there's an effect for like why when one car comes under. Like if you're, we all feel it when you see a car rejoining. And if one car goes through, it's almost like you feel like you should. Even if he's now back on track and up to 99% speed.
Sure. Okay.
There's a sense, I forget the word, what it's called. Right, Robert's under attack here, but he can hold this off nice and easy.
Well, yeah, I think this is a move because Vitozzi was leading this train, and now it's Van Horn who's leading the train.
Yeah, brilliant. I say he was having real trouble moments before the race starts, so it looks like it's all working. Zach's built up almost a 1 second gap to Dines. Just looking down the order. It's still close. I think the pit stop phase is going to be very exciting. That's where we separate the pros from the pro-ams, and we might see a big shuffle. Not the easiest to fuel save here, I find, though, because a lot of the entrance to the corners are high speed. You do destabilize the car by lifting. Like it's actually a different beast than you're used to. I always find anyway, especially in the Porsche. Obviously a few corners like this one here where they come up to, makes sense to lift early anyway, save the brakes, save the tyres. There's a couple of corners, but there's just not that many.
But yeah, I get your point in terms of, at least when I'm going, like it's a lot easier to put the weight into the front tyre so that you understand. Whereas, if you're not taking as much speed in, then yeah, the car's going to be a bit more sketchy. Yeah,
100%. And if you haven't practiced it, that's the other thing. If you're in a Porsche and you start lifting super early before you start turning, the rear can get a little light.
Del Piccolo is up 3 places from his race start. Actually behind Cook, who started behind Del Piccolo. It's now ahead. But dare I say, may lose it again. He lost a 1/10 of a second to Del Piccolo on that last time. He's just failing to get it under the 2-minute barrier at the moment. 2:01 that last time round. And then they've got Hutchinson, Resciani, David, and Torchio. On the comeback is Torchio. Started in 17th place. Will be a lot higher than this. Hopefully he can take the enjoyment out of this race and see that he's got a chance at passing 10 or so cars by the checkered flag.
My AM pick, Matti Hellenius, is up 6 positions, which is equal to the most of anybody running in the top most part of the grid. And it is actually joined with on track behind him. I've just lost him. Sorry, I'm just running up and down frantically. Robert, Greg, he knows these two really well behind, so it could be nice and chill the group there. He's running strong though. Okay, some more replays for you. Let's see. This is Brattiani. Oof. Ooh.
Oh. I think they've continued all right, though, both of them.
Yeah, tell that to the guy missing the rear of his car. Oh, good save, but yeah, some damage.
Oh, no, yeah. Is that stone damage? It looks initially like it was. Oh, no.
Oh.
That was Cook into Lauritsen, and Cook is our amateur leader. That could be significant. This was never going to end
So
well.
it wasn't the Porsche that was involved. He actually... Look, the Porsche that had done the rejoining isn't part of the 3-wide. Actually, why does it... Oh, it's that.
Bit deep. That was Huber.
Oh,
right?
that was Greg. Yeah.
And actually, the car on the outside managed to get away with it, and it was just the car on the inside who lost out.
Right, we're on board with Aske. Is that how we're going to say it? This is the guy that had the off and did the rejoin, but wasn't as bad. You know, I thought he got involved in the 3-wide, but he didn't, so we have forgiven him for something he didn't do. But yeah, it looked like Greg got in, just poked his nose at the last minute. I don't know, so it also happened so quickly. Far chase doesn't really give you the perspective of speed sometimes. Oh, Alan's saying that's why Greg said sorry earlier. Right, there you go. Come on, Robert, look after those boots. Yeah, we're going to I'm going to keep a close eye on the pit stops. I give more commentary to the pit stop phase than the race phase.
Often, it's the more significant thing,
yes.
honestly.
Especially when they're grouped like this. I mean, look at the gap from, what is it, P5 through to 11 is 5 seconds. And it's
there you go, that's over.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with it, though.
Not really.
Oh, but the car behind is going to try to do something about it. No, all three of them trying to occupy the same bit of tarmac. And now Van Horn needs to try to get back online, but he was offline every single way through Maggots and Beckett's.
But all that matters is the exit, right? That's this bit's the only bit that matters. Is he going to defend? He is not.
Well, Lauritsen's going to go for the move on Van Horn ahead of us. No, he wasn't quite close enough, had to just stay in the middle of the track. Here's Van Horn.
Paul Roberts had to defend here so often. Oof. Is the Merc going to have a look?
3 wides. Yikes. So Van Horn's escaped that one, and Van Grieken has not.
Okay, we've unforgiven him now. Looks like Roberts had plenty of practice defending that phase.
Van Horn went off ahead of them, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, Van Horn got away, right? And then I saw him off the track. Maybe he just ran wide at the final corner. What's happened to Van Horn? A few drives back to the pits, by the way.
No, oh, I'm not sure. We'll try and get a replay. If you think you saw Robert go off ahead in uninvolved?
I just saw his name light up in red.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
you're right.
He just ran wide. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah,
is that lower than he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ahead of Van Grieken, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's he probably looked in the mirror and was like, ha, that's what you guys get. And it was like, oh, I'm looping. I've done that a couple of times. I was just complimenting as well, because that phase of the track, he's practiced defending now quite a lot. Looks like he just needs to focus on his exit of Beckett's? What's the right hand? Beckett's?
So here?
Yeah, the last S, the right-hand part. Chapel, of course, yeah.
What? Yeah.
Chapel. Yeah, I think Robert just needs to work on his Chapel exits. He seems to always be under pressure for the next lot of corner phases. Or that secret sauce he mentioned about in YouTube chat isn't so secret, and it's very high wing.
Hooper into the pits. He's our first of the front runners to pit.
Where was Piccolo when he boxed, do you know?
For the sake of this argument, marginally behind. I think where was Del Piccolo? He was about 15th, I want to say, Del Piccolo. Cook's in as well. Cook's probably got a little bit of damage. You may want to take his fast pair. We have seen him make contact already. They do get one faster pair, but I think if you're Cook, don't take the faster pair and save it in case you have disaster later on. They are taking tyres, interestingly, so maybe just left side.
Remember, the good thing is now there's a button you can map in iRacing to give you a damage report.
Oh, of course, yeah. I've never used that.
Oh, it's brilliant. It tells you if you're in a race like this where you should use the fast pair. The only catch is it won't work. Let's say you have a cone stuck in your car and you're losing time and you press the button, it'll be like, oh, your car's fine. It's like, well, why am I
10 miles an hour down on the straight?
Yeah, what's wrong with it then? Well, that's quite a gap, Porter. I think Porter needs putting in his own class, Pro. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe, what would we call that? Elite, perhaps?
Alien.
Goat.
Because look, the gap behind 7, 7.9, 8.4, 10.
You should have put him as your champion, man.
But it was the first name I noticed on the chart, obviously. It was the first name.
And of course, the scary thing is that we don't even think the Ferrari's that good around here. And that he's dominating still.
Yeah. I mean, it probably would be my second pick after the Porsche.
Okay.
Reluctantly. I don't really like the Merc here. Zach loves it here, but not a fan. I've lost my way in those, the heavier, like the Merc and the BMW. I'm just not as quick as I used to be. Well, I never was quick with the BMW. I used to be quick in the Merc, but since that change, was it season ago, 2 seasons ago? I just can't get a lap time out of it.
I'm looking at Hooper's pit stop time, 25.35. That's 4 seconds longer than everyone else. Does that mean he's taken all 4 tyres rather than just 2 tyres, maybe? Or maybe he's just taken more fuel. But like 25.35 seems a little bit short. Anyone in chat, let us know if you can take tyres at 25.35. That seems very quick. Usually I think of it as 26, 27. So maybe he has just taken 2 tyres and a bit more fuel than everyone else.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the others. Oh, Marcus saying 2 lefts would be free at that amount. Okay, Giga. Then you should. Yeah. You definitely don't want to be taking rights here for an hour. That would be silly. You don't use the rear right.
But it only adds 4 seconds to your pit stop. Not sure if it's worth it still.
Well, I'm talking hundreds, so 4 seconds. That sounds disgusting.
It's going to take me laps to make that.
Yeah. But no, yeah, you definitely don't take 4.
Alcaraz barely ahead of Piazzese. This is a 7.5k driver versus a 2.6k driver. And Piazzese's barely lost time to the leader. Like, since the early laps, like on that last lap he was faster than the race leader.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Flying. I'm amazed that he's doing this well. Like, he was good last season when he won the amateur, well, 2 seasons ago when he won the amateur championship.
2.6k. Oh, leader's in. Let's see if everyone follows. Come on, Zach, 1 more lap. Let's see. Zach has gone 1 more lap. Stop the count.
Well, he's not leading yet.
Oh.
Through the short pit lane.
Here he goes.
Stop the counts.
Come on.
Now.
This is a good sign, so he has been saving. All right, now we'll keep an eye on the pit times.
I think Della Valle is going to do very well in all this. I feel like he's been in traffic for this entire stint, Della Valle, so I think he's had a lot of slipstream from the others. I would not be surprised if he moves up to maybe even P2.
I see a couple of cars there. That Porsche there is taking no tyres.
Porter took 2 tyres?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some were taking 2. I did see 1 not taking any, which is definitely a mistake. If 2 are free, then yeah, definitely a mistake.
Alcaraz with a quick pit stop, 18.5.
Yeah, 18.5, 19.1.
The average we've seen so far is a low 21. Ooh, has someone blown an engine?
Unfortunately, your guy Piazzi is in the pits for a very long time. I think speeding penalty, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Let's see if he gets to 60.
Salvatore, you were doing so well, man.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit the 60 and come out. Let's see. Yeah, so you're right. Hooper's pit stop was either a mistake. No, it looks like the 25 people had taken 4. So that'd be Alessandro Chubacco and Huber are 4 tyres. And where is Salvatore? He's out after a minute. 60 seconds. Yep.
Yep. 40 seconds, stop and hold.
Mate, it's a dead straight line, this one. And it's an 80, not a 60.
Well, yeah, you got to... Yeah.
It's a dead... You're even off the track.
But we saw...
No excuses.
So in Super Formula, we had a driver who had a chance at winning the race. It was Lee Aberdeen driving for Alcantech, and he put on his speed limiter, got it down to the time, and then pressed it again.
That's exactly
accelerated a bit more, then slowed down again.
Zach's in, everyone's in, Van der Ness.
Oh, okay, so Piazza's hit it twice as well, we've heard, and went over by 25 kilometers.
That's what, what's his name? In the prototypes, oh, for God's sake, I should know his name.
Oh, not Madsen. Madsen went over, I think.
Busby, yeah, Paul Busby. He did that at Road Atlanta. You know, he pressed it at the top of the hill, nervous. Of course, yeah. Gets down, gets to the line, presses it again. Right, let's keep an eye on Zach's pit stop. I'm hoping for a 19.9. I'm calling it now on stream.
Zach's going to do well to hold on to P2 here because he had Van der Nesse and Dalla Valle coming right behind him. He needs a very quick pit stop. It is a quick pit stop, though.
18.7.
Dalla Valle's got ahead of Van der Nesse, though.
18.6.
So he's made up one place. Any of these others, where's Alcaraz? Alcaraz is coming up to these guys, but I think he's just going to be lacking still. We'll come through turn 2 in the background there.
Dalval with it, yeah. So Dalval, fastest pit stop, second fastest Zach. Oh no, your guy, Alcatraz, he did an 18.5. Alessandro Poita did an 18.3. The leader was chilling with a 20. The leader in the top is out of the top 10, he is the slowest pit stop.
Yep.
Interesting. And yeah, Alessandro Trubaco, who is doing well. Looks like he took 4 tyres and picked up a 4.5 second penalty because of it.
And maybe Hooper as well, Michael Hooper.
Yeah, again, 4.5 seconds.
And Hooper's now leading the Pro-Am race. Hutchinson now is second place in the Pro-Ams. Hutchinson's came from nowhere. I don't know what's happened in the last few minutes for Hutchinson, but he's up 10 places now from his race start.
Matty Hellenius, you know, my AMCOR winner, is now only 2 positions by Jonathan Cook, up 11. So I mentioned him a few moments ago, up 6 as like, you know, check out, he's equal best, but now he is up 11, which is the most of anyone in the top. You know, there is a guy out there up 27 positions, but
yeah,
he's 27th.
Boakler didn't do quali for some reason, and that's why he's down in 27th.
Yeah, but yeah, Matty looking good here. He's only... What happened to Jonathan? Because yeah, Matty's like, he's part of the gaggle with Jonathan now.
I think Jonathan was always there. I think
Jonathan was like
setbacks recently.
Yeah, but I mean, there was like 6 positions between Jonathan and Matty not that long ago.
Yeah, I think it's just more down to Matty than anything.
We've got a lot of Matty fans in chat. Let yourself be known. They're all Matty fans in chat. Okay, some more replays. Oh yeah, so did the Porsche? Yeah, that gap was always going to be closing. And so this is the bit where you think...
And then Van Horn ahead went off.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that was ambitious there. And then almost gets past, but you can just see there's just a bit of contact on the front.
Van Horn in front. I think that was sausage.
Yeah, Van Horn.
I think he touched the sausage.
Completely mirror driving here. You can guarantee he's paying. Oh, he's hit a little bit of the inside curve as well, and then he's beached. He like did. Tony Hawk.
He did beach it, yeah. He did a double 180 grind.
Edgecock up to 29th now. He's had a good pit stop sequence, up 6 places from his start, but he has got a couple of the faster drivers who've had issues earlier on, such as Avanzini and Piazzese, catching up to him behind, so he'll do well to stay in the top 30.
Yeah, good call with Andrew Dalval. He's looking fast now, right on the back of Zach. Very fast pit stop. Yeah, looking very good. They've caught up a little bit to the leader through the pit stop phase, but a second, 1.3 seconds is meaningless with a 6-second gap still remaining. So long way to go, let's see. But if anyone's got more fuel as well, it's Porter. So Porter probably is 2% saving, whereas Zach and Valdal are probably going to keep up the same routine they've been doing all race, and rather than overfuel him. Valdal, Val and Porter are teammates. What team is that?
Absolute Motorsport.
Wow, absolutely crushing it. Thank you, thank you. I'm getting huffing in my ears. spend a week practicing jokes like this.
March the 1st is when this series ends.
Ouch. Well, that's a long one.
It's a really long series.
Christmas break?
Yeah, 1 week off for Christmas, or maybe it's I think it's 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off for Christmas. There you go. You can take a break from it then.
Your Tortoise randomly playing in the first lap of the race, lighting up the screen purple. 59.167. He's down 5 places from his race start. Is your Tortoise? He collided with Sam Powley early on. He's now less than 4 seconds behind Sam Powley, so he could catch and maybe get his revenge.
He was the red Porsche, right? He was the one who ended up leaning on the fender of the car.
Yeah. I mean, it was a racing incident, probably.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
It was mainly Tortoise's fault, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. I don't know. It didn't get to the point of fault because I think once they touched it, ruined it. They stuck together and the Porsche looked like he couldn't get out of it.
The 2 cars ahead of him are really battling hard as well. Apologies, not the 2 cars ahead of him. It's just Caserta. Caserta's really struggling. I don't know what's going on with Caserta right now, but he's losing like a tenth of a second every corner right now to your Tortoise. They are going to be on top of one another imminently. I mean, honestly, your Tortoise is just absolutely flying along. He's like sector 3 on this lap. Your Tortoise went 3 tenths faster than the leader.
Yeah.
Sector 3. There's 5 sectors. Why is Howardus now just figuring out how to be the fastest man on circuit? This is unreal.
Yeah, no clue. He is looking fast though, no shadow of a doubt. What car is he in? The Porsche? Perhaps he didn't take 4 tyres? I don't know. He does have Alessandro behind him, who we know is fast, and on 4 fresh tyres. The other reason you do not want 4 fresh is you don't want cold tyres. I mean, your rights were so ruined anyway. New cold rights would still have more grip than the old crap ones, but your lefts are definitely going to have more grip than the fresh cold ones for the first 2 laps. Salvatore, what could have been?
Yeah.
What could have been? P19 because he spent a minute in pit road.
Well, we can take 40 seconds off. You'd currently be P7. He'd be behind Piozzi right now. He was chasing down Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can take off more than 40 seconds because I think this traffic is holding him up a decent amount. The annoying thing for him is that Avanzini is actually quite quick himself. So he's not fast enough to get past Avanzini, but then Hedgecock ahead of them is slower than both of them. And so no one's quite fast enough to overtake each other. I think Sam Powley has lost out to Graman. So Graman up to 7th place now.
Yeah.
Sam Powley down 6 places from his race start. So on the front row did Sam Powley. Now finds himself 16 seconds off lead, and with a charging Caserta and your Tortoise. And your Tortoise, on that last lap was 8 tenths faster than Sam Powley.
Yeah, I'm just following the gaps of Matti Helenius. Looks like he's going for a move on.
Oh, this is the lead?
Yeah. Wow, he has taken the AM leader. I tell you what, I caught the standings there at the right time as he shuts the door. There we go. That's my AM pick.
Wow.
Signed, sealed, delivered, mate. You wait, Porter crashes. That's 2 for 2. And then I need a Hubler miracle.
And then another 11 good rounds, and you're sorted.
No. I'm retiring after 1 good one. Yeah, great stuff from Matty. Do you think he knows he's leading AM? Like, do you think that's going through his head, like what class other people are in? Do you think they know each other well enough yet?
I think it changes for different people. Sometimes we have people come into the interview waiting area, or in the interviews, and they'll say, oh yeah, I'm really pleased that I won today. And they finish like 23rd. And it's like,
so
but they're thinking, oh, I won in the AMs. And so it does change, honestly. And then some people, I think, will look at it maybe at the bigger picture, but I think it's good to think of it as a class thing. Yeah. This is going to be a change of position fairly soon. Del Valle is rapidly catching Zach White.
You better go up very early if he's going to send Zach. Zach's a dirt oval driver. Like, I think his iRating's just as high in dirt oval. I think that's what he grew up enjoying, and it was road he transitioned to. He said it was a good discipline to learn oversteer control, which I get because I can't do dirt oval because all I do is spin.
You're not doing the, you're not in the commentators UX, are you? Happening next week.
No.
No, oh no. Well, maybe we can get you signed up, but I think that might have to over, so I'll need to practice that.
Where is it? What is it?
Oh, it hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, good luck practicing that.
I'm going to call out our junior Patsy. Needs to sort out this event.
But no, I'm down.
Racing TV will win it.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there. So, is the standings now broke down? But no, it's not. Top 13 are all pro. That's changed from the beginning. They're all settling into classes now. Top 13 pro, 14 through 17 pro-am, Matty and Cook, and
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a gap between those two AMs and then the rest. Something's happened to, was that just a change for, was it Ubertali, sorry? That's not to Hooper. I'm not entirely sure. I thought I saw something on the time point, but I may be making stuff up. Custer's very happy about Matty being in the lead. Ah, it was Hooper who went off the track. Oh, so Hutchinson leads in the pro-ams. Apologies. Of course, that was the change. So Hutchinson leads in the pro-ams.
Good spot.
I mean, honestly...
That's your pick, isn't it?
No, that was Lewis's pick.
Ah, Lewis OP.
Lewis is nailing this one. Up 11 places. Really good this one, because honestly, I felt like the first 25 minutes were a bit underwhelming for him. And then the last 20 minutes have gone incredibly well. And he might well be leading the championship after this round.
Yeah, looks like Hooper's dropped off a lot. He's down 5 positions overall, whereas Mark Hutchinson's up 11. Matty Hellenius and Mark Hutchinson. They're either amazing drivers or they bottled their queue, or usually somewhere in between.
Mark's pretty good at qualifying, but seemingly not still.
He's not got the best taste in cars, but...
That was odd that he was driving the Porsche in the prototypes, and now he's driving the BMW in GT3.
He's a sucker for pain, I tell you. Porsche MDH and BMW GT3. Right, some more replays for you. We're watching the Matty move. Oh, good intimidation there, getting on the inside. Look at that livery. Big finish flag.
Oh.
That doesn't look like internet, that looks like an actual graphics crash, because...
Yeah, and he like slowed down, like he reacted.
Yeah.
That's the Sen. Who's that behind? Is that your Tortoise?
No, it's Castera. I think.
Well, I saw a red car, and he was going very deep, and well, he got it stopped at least. Your Tortoise's pace just falling off a bit, but I think now that he's in traffic, ooh, change as Alcaraz is getting past Van der Nesse. There's contact, and that's the second time we've seen the hook between these GT3 cars. It's Alcaraz who loses out on a spot, and it's Van der Nesse who maintains in P4, and I think once again, I don't think the stewards are going to take action on that.
We'll get a replay of it again, but yeah, that's a tricky corner. Any contact, and yeah, I've seen just a repeat of what happened before. So it gives them a bit of breathing space, but with Gremain behind, who's up 4, now looking hungry. But yeah, Dalval is still right on the back of Zach. Matty Hellenius is catching the pro-am of David Stephen David? Is it Stephen David?
I'd say Stefan David.
Stefan David. You French?
No, it's not Stefan. It is Stefan.
Stefan David.
It's definitely David. I'm quite sure. There was a tennis player called David Ferrer, but he was Spanish, and Stefan's French, so it doesn't necessarily work.
Okay, Van Grieken is looking like he wants to get this done. What position is these guys
I think Piazzese got past on the last lap, I think.
He's following very closely.
Got 2.5 seconds to catch up to Broderick, who had problems himself. Remember, Broderick qualified
30.
No, actually, no,
34.
sorry, I'm thinking of someone else. Oh, Cook's got past Hellenius again. They're changing back, and this is a re-change for the amateur lead, but Hellenius has got it back once again, and this might go right down to the wire. Cook seemed to be falling away, but he's got a bit of momentum back on his side now in the last couple of laps, and he fancies his chances with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's a shame because Matty was catching the back of Stefan David there, but these battling are going to halt that for a while. It looks like that battle's going to continue. Stefan, yeah, we got Stefan fan in chat, I hope. Or
Stefan.
Oh, Stefan.
I don't think it's going to be that. Nicholas, please help us out. Come on, give us a syllable by syllable pronunciation, please.
I had this before with some. All right, some more replays. Oh, we got the replay of the who was it? What were the two?
Van der Neste and Alcaraz. Alcaraz on the inside. Yeah, that's actually Alcaraz's fault, I think, actually. I mean, Van der Neste is always there. And,
so who are you saying, blue or black? Sorry.
Blue. Blue's fault.
Blue's fault. Let's have a look. Yeah. Well, I don't know about fault. I'm still going to... that was a racing.
Yeah, I don't think a penalty should be given, but I don't think Alcaraz can...
I mean, that gap was always closing, but he doesn't have the right to close it if he's still there, but he was only in... yeah, it's tough. It's just a racing incident.
If that was Formula 1, certainly no penalty. In terms of, like... If it's Formula 1...
if it's Formula 1, it's 52 minutes in, mate. I've turned over.
Yeah.
Max is winning. Okay, let's go see what else is on TV. I'm losing my love a little bit. I love the sport. I still love everything about it. It's still going to be my favourite sport, but I've been struggling to watch it this season. Not just because I can't stand Max dominance. Obviously, it's been that way in F1 for a long time. Hamilton is always someone, but I don't know. It's just that no patching is going to fix the race anymore. The only way we're going to fix the racing is we start again, like from the ground up, build the cars. Stop patching them.
So you think a regen? But that's what we're getting in 2026, right?
Yeah, sure. And Ferrari are going to win the championship. I've heard it all before. They're too heavy. They're too big.
I don't think you can make them less heavy, though.
So that's what I say. You got to start again.
Well, unless you bring back V8s. That's the only way.
Maybe. Yeah, producer saying remove Verstappen and it would be a close season. It would have, this season would have been one of the best.
Versus Hamilton versus Sainz versus Leclerc.
Because whenever we had a season where there is no P2 team, right? McLaren are stepping up now, but there's been no dominant P2 team all season long.
This is tight. A-guard at the back of this. Chatterton's involved. Van Helden, I think, is at the front of this.
They're going to be feeling the rears now as well, getting late into the race.
Apologies, it's Chatterton at the front of this. Van Helden's 13 seconds off the road. Chatterton, Schwab, A-guard. Burmanis, good to see Burmanis back. Raced this series last season, I think. And Fowler as well, who had a bad start. That's a send from A-guard, and that's good awareness from Van Helden. No, I'm very confused.
Yeah,
that is Van Helden. I'm very confused by the timings. But anyway, Van Helden is being overtaken, and they're all wide. They're on the grass, and that's going to lose a lot of time for A-guard. He's the loser out of that. He's even lost up to Fowler.
Yeah. New grass gravel model is very slow. Yeah, it was Van Helden.
It's odd now. Like, I still think that the car's just going to spin when they get on the grass, but it's not that anymore.
No, not at all.
You're just going to lose.
Sand is handbrake, and grass is so grippy that it's slow.
Yeah. San Pauli versus Yatortas, round 2. They collided about 50 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. Let's see if they can be clean this time. It was Yatortas trying to get past San Pauli on that occasion as well. Lost 10 seconds due to the spin, and is back with him and into the loop. He's got the inside line. There is contact between the two of them. And Yatortas gets it done, as long as he hasn't got any wheel damage, because there was a fairly big hit on his rear right. And taking advantage of that is Caserta, who's been following Yatortas these past few laps. The pair of them up to 8th and 9th.
Nicholas in chat asking where Van Grieken is. He is sitting in P29th. 29th, down 1 position from start.
Also, Nicholas, I really don't appreciate it, man. He said, nah, just Stephen. Nicholas, we've been debating, is it Stephen or Stefan? You've just written his name. We need syllables, please. I'm assuming it's Stephen. Oh, that's a huge crash. A huge crash? Oh, I don't even know what part of the track that is.
I love his enthusiasm that is going on. He's going to try and carry on.
No, I think this may have been this could have been an intentional run, honestly. How have they collided there? It's on the inside, going on to the Wellington Straight on the exit of Aintree. And one's just done a flip. Like we were talking about Tony Hawk earlier on, and he'd be even more proud of that one. It's not an intentional one, to be fair.
All right, we'll get a replay.
A collision. We will show it on screen in a moment.
So I assume it's happened on the exit of a corner. That would explain why. Why they would have been at like full throttle application. If they've touched each other like once you're on the power, there's no braking zone, and they both career off or something like that. I love that the Porsche tried to carry on after doing a forward flip. He was like, maybe I'm okay.
Good man's got ahead of Alcaraz. My pick is not going so well.
Mine is, what, P2? Correct. P1, that's good. Greg is sitting, what is that, 4th, 5th, 6th? That's not a bad shout. 2nd, 1st, 6th.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can take that.
It's not over yet. Although, look at that gap. Zach, Porter's pulled out a 9.2 second lead after being 1.2 seconds slowest through the pit phase.
It's pretty ominous stuff. We can only hope that he's done a lot of practice for IMSA this week.
Aaron is being caught by both these cars at the same time, and they are flashing, which is incorrect, right? Because they're flashing because of his class. No, they're all in the same class. Aaron does look like he's struggling though with pace here. Well, or he's just being caught by these two very quickly.
I think, yeah. I mean, Piazzese should be up in.
Oh, of course, he's the guy who served the long pit stop.
Who ruined my pick. Would have dominated the prize. Like,
there is no would have.
He's 32 seconds behind. He lost 40 seconds in the pit stop. Sharp is now the new race leader.
Look at that livery.
I haven't mentioned Martin actually so far in this race.
You have not.
I think that was a toe. So that's why he popped up to the front for a moment.
I'm excited for this forward flip replay.
Yeah.
I can hear them frantically typing away and panning and getting a nice TV cam.
Tribuccio is now in 11th place. Is he being caught by Bodan? He is a bit, but 600ths on that last lap. It's not exactly hand over fist.
So Matti Helenis has pulled out a 1.1 second gap on Jonathan Cook, and more importantly, 6/10 behind one Stephen David, who's in a gaggle with another, not a Matti, but a Mattia? How do you pronounce that? M-A-T-T-I-A. Mattia?
Sorry.
Mattia.
Ubertale. Mattia. Oh, I say Mattia. Oh man, but that's not based on anything in the real world. Nicholas saying Stephen. Stephen? Not Stephen, Stephen. That's how I'm reading it. I don't know if Nicholas is helping us there.
Jason in chat is saying we're waiting to see if the drivers are okay before showing the replay. Yeah, that is the F1 way, for obvious reason. Yeah, the sponsors paying hundreds of millions don't want to show the wrong thing, shall we say. Okay,
here's the replay.
Here it is, chat.
So this was the move from your tortoise. Yeah, he's basically on the curb when the contact's made. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's just hard racing. Oh, looked like the Audi dropped it on the curb. Let's see that again.
And we are going to have our race leader.
Wow, what
and
a
now
dominant
our race winner. On his first ever Apex Racing League event, he has dominated. Alessandro Porta for Absolute Motorsport A-Slith wins by 9 seconds at Silverstone and sets out his stall for this season 7 of the championship. Zach White is going to hold on to P2.
Wow.
Alcaraz has had a late issue. He's dropped behind Yotortas and Caserta. Something's gone on with him down at Vale. Oh, I think he's run out of fuel, and he's limping to the line. It's a very quick line, but Jabucho's, I think, going to get him as well. Jabucho does get him, and Bowden does as well. Alcaraz drops to 12th place.
This gaggle with Matty's big. Stephen, Matty, Jonathan, Andrea is all very close, but it's all single file in that last sector.
Helenas gets to the AM victory. What a performance from him on his debut. Hutchinson, meanwhile, wins in the Pro-Ams. All guys who we thought would be a threat winning out, but none of them, well, apart from Porter, was an easy job. This would be a good late move, but it's not going to happen for Van Grieken. Tries to get past Broderick, and maybe the most disappointed man today. Salvatore Piazzese had an easy Pro-Am victory up for grabs, but sped on pit entry.
Yeah, one too many pit limiter button presses.
Yep.
Matty to finish the line. Very good
To the
take.
finish line.
Very good take. It is as bad as one of my jokes.
To finish first you must be finished.
Well, that's better.
Fine.
Okay, that's good. Damn it. Oh, look, the team running the... what team's that? It's not altitude. Yes, not altitude. Altitude is blue. Absolute are running in a formation, which does mean they took too much fuel. So shame on them if they're still on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much. This is unprofessional. Way too much fuel. Although Zach's back there. Again, all these guys.
They weren't far away from actually making an extra lap, I think, as well. Like maybe 15 seconds or so. So they may have just been cautious in case Alessandro was started going even faster than what he was already.
True.
And managed to force an extra lap.
Poor form, though.
So we'll go to an advert now, and when it's concluded, we'll be back in the studio. We'll go through the final race results, and we'll have a chat with a few of our contenders. Welcome back to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. Thanks to our partners at Apex Racing Academy. They'll be providing a lot of big prizes for some of our top drivers in the Drivers' Championship and the Teams Championship as well. And of course, Apex Racing Academy offering data packs with a variety of setups and track guides. And want to get you going faster on iRacing, do check them out at apexracingac.com. Let's have a look at the final results then for this round one of the championship. It is Alessandro Porza at the top. I won't butcher all the names once again, but you can see Porza at the top. Hutchinson at the top of the Pro-Ams, and well, conveniently, all our race winners are on that first screen. Helenas at the top of the AMs as well in 18th place. Almost felt like two different races, that, honestly. I felt like we had the first 20 minutes was one running order, and then we had the pit stops, and it felt like, certainly in the Pro-Ams and the AMs, that it just all switched on its head, and you had guys who we thought was out of it.
Yeah, agreed. I wonder, something definitely happened in the midfield there, because we saw a lot of shuffling around. Matty gained on, I think it was 5 or 6 positions through the, say, 5 laps before pit till 5 laps after. So, yeah, I mean, it's difficult to catch it all at once, but yeah, the pit stops really spiced up the race for us.
Yeah. I think we are going to have a chat with Adam Hedgecock, who has got his webcam hopefully enabled. Yes, I think we are going to be able to have a chat with him. I will drag him up. Adam, congratulations out there. P3, it looked like for you tonight. Seemed like a very solid performance.
Yeah, just need that front two to slow down a little bit. They were gone, weren't they? But yeah, pretty happy with tonight. It's been a while since I've done an ARL event, so good to be back and good to be competitive.
Definitely. Were you pleased that it was Silverstone to start off the season?
To be honest, there's not many tracks in the sim that I don't like, so yeah, Silverstone is always a fun track. It's a tough track. Looking after your tyres for an hour, it's not as easy as you kind of think, but yeah, pretty happy, all things considered.
And I don't know if you saw, but you're my pick to win the amateur championship this season. So what are you giving? What percentage chance are you giving yourself of winning the title? I mean, 80, 90, whereabouts?
I mean, between you, me, and this fence post, I would say that it's 100%. It's guaranteed certainty. I'm going to be winning. I don't know.
That's why I went
for you. The front two look amazing. The front two are very, very quick. But if they can have an incident or two through the season, I'm confident with consistency. So yeah, we might be able to do something.
Well, I like the confidence. That's what we want to hear. We don't want people speaking themselves down. We want them speaking themselves up. Adam, thank you for that. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
You guys for putting on the league. I know, like I alluded to earlier, it's been a while since I've raced in one of yours, but they're generally pretty fun, good excitement. So yeah, thank you for putting it on again. And then the guys at Altitude and our sponsors, we've got Freem, we've got Sim Stickers, Grumpy Dad Gamer, who does our liveries, Mr. Hedge iRacing Photography, and there is one more, Finding Speed. Almost forgot them. So yeah, thank you to those guys, and yeah, thank you to you again.
Nice one. Thanks for having a chat with us, Adam. Thanks for turning on your webcam, and we'll see you back next week.
Cheers, Sam.
Adam Hedgecock there, finishing P3 out of the AMS tonight, 29th overall. Who do you want to drag in?
I'm going to drag in my AM pick winner, Matty. Hey, Matty, can you hear me, mate?
Yes. Hello.
Congrats, buddy. How did it feel?
It was amazing, actually. That was a good race, and I was saving a lot of fuel and tires from the start. So I think I got a really good race, and I was really happy with my own pace.
You should be. Talk me through one bit. You seem to be about 6-7 positions off Jonathan, say 4 or 5 laps before the pit stop, and then next time I catch up with you, you're 2 positions behind and catching. Was that the pit stop phase just being fast? I mean, what happened? Could talk us through that phase of the race?
Yeah, I think it was with me saving on fuel over the race from the beginning, and I went for the last lap I could and just pit and got a really good pit, and really happy to actually catch back to Jonathan and got past him. So I'm really happy to take the last win on my first race.
And how did all the IMSA prep pay off? I know it was a little bit different. You didn't have to worry about prototypes. Did you find it was a worthwhile time investment? Because you looked comfortable out there. You qualified well. Your race pace was strong. You saved fuel and you looked after your tyres.
Yeah, I'm only I would change would be my quali set. I accidentally loaded the wrong set, and I didn't have any laps on that set. So I was really happy. And I was kind of waiting for the prototypes to come through any minute, but it was so weird they didn't. I only got like 4 off tracks on over the race, or 5. I'm not sure, but I was really happy with that. So it was really good, and I'm thinking the IMSA prep really helped me out and make me calmer for this race.
Giga, mate. Great finish, loads of points, and obviously the winner of AM. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Thanks for organizing, guys, and thanks for all the guys who's been helping me over the week, and that's it.
Yeah, Giga, mate, and I love delivery, mate, and a good way to finish with the finish flag. Brilliant stuff, mate. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Talk soon.
Yep.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Ooh, he seemed happy.
Yeah, should be. Let's see if he can keep it up for the rest of the season. 13 places gained as well for Matty. Impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Next up, we will drag up Robert Van Horn to the commentary voice channel thing. Roberts, pretty good race for you out here tonight. Started 30th, finished 31st. On the face of it, doesn't sound like a very exciting race, but from what we could see, you were embroiled in battles from start to finish.
I was having a good race. I could stay behind Medi for the first few laps, but after that I made a big mistake and I hit the curb on the last corner and I spun and I lost a lot of places.
We saw that one actually. Well, we were concentrating on the guys behind, and then we suddenly saw you light up on the timing board as, oh, he's gone off the circuit. Was the reason for the mistake that you were looking at your mirrors at the battle going on behind you, or was it just a general mistake?
I think I overspeeded a bit, so I came out too much on the inside and I throttled too much and I came out too much on the outside. And
now.
And even my engine went off, so I thought I broke my engine, but it turned back on. And yeah, but first few laps was very good behind Medi. I was just trying to keep up and not to kill my not my teammate but my friend. So yeah, I made a few mistakes, like we're seeing here.
Well, next up we got VIR. That's a circuit that divides opinion. Is that one that you like?
Yeah, I like the track, and hopefully I will get some more practice because I didn't do any practice. I couldn't do it because of work, and I had to do the last race of another league. So yeah, hopefully we will get some time in and yeah, get a better result on Fear. Yeah.
Nice one. Well,
Sam Todd Simsport there talking. Hello, mate.
Hello, buddy.
Good stuff, man. You must be happy with that debut race for ARL, right?
To be honest, I wasn't really happy because I was making a lot of mistakes, and so the feeling, I'm happy I survived my debut race, that's for sure. But I was hoping to have a little bit more battles. That's for sure. I was driving in free air a lot of time.
And cars, mate. You did well. There was a lot of cars, and the pace was tremendous out there.
Yeah, it was very high. So yeah, I'm happy I'm finished, and we'll just practice for the next one, and hopefully, yeah, we'll gain a few spots. I had a good quali behind Aaron, so yeah, we'll just keep on going and on to the next one.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
To Medi. He just slapped the AMs, and we knew he was doing it, and he put a lot of practice in. So I'm really proud of him, and yeah, hopefully he will do more of that legendary stuff. So all shout outs to Medi this time.
Here you go.
And thank you to you guys for organizing. Don't forget that.
All right, cheers, Robert. Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, Robert Van Horn finishing 31st tonight. That's like 10th in Pro-Am, I think. So yeah, very good points all for him. I forgot that VIR was actually round 2 of the championship. Whose idea was that?
No, I like the
a very
track.
fun person.
60 cars though.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's fine because there's so much like grass that you hit the grass and
the leader's flashing last place
off.
at the start of the race because he's on the out lap, and the leader's no, it's good. It's tricky though.
Yeah. And not one that I think has been visited in the officials actually this past season. So, yeah, they're going to go into it a little bit fresh, a bit green for that one.
That's a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it'd be great. I like VRI. It's divided. But it's because not many people. If you're only going to do 10 laps there, it's a really difficult technical track with not many braking points. A few corners are blind over the top of the hill, so it can be like, no, I'm done here. I'm too slow. Whereas if you learn it, oh my god, and you master that track, a lot of my iRatings come from there because again, I can just turn up. I know the track really well, and I'm confident. So it gives you a big boost.
Yeah. And the rescan as well earlier on.
Yeah.
I think it was earlier this year, wasn't it? It feels like ages that we've had it, but I think it was just earlier this year. I think has helped that circuit a fair amount as well. So looking forward to that one. That will be on the channel next week. Of course, don't forget, we have got the late Apex coming up in about 20 minutes time or so. We're going to be discussing the additions for the 2024 Season 1 iRacing build, the new Audi R8 V2 GT3, we've got Magello coming along, we've got Slinger coming along as well, we've got 3D curbs, we're going to try to figure out what that means, and lots of other stuff, of course, keeping up as well with everything that's going on with the various Apex brands as well. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, please do leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel. Got loads more broadcasts coming up in the next few days, including Weekend Warriors on Wednesday. We've got well, actually no, week 13 is a little bit less busy. Super Formula finale, that's on next week as well. So subscribe to the channel and check out the social media platforms as well: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That's for Apex Racing TV and Apex Racing League as well. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, we're going to say goodbye from the Apex Racing TV esports studio, and we'll see you back next week at VIR. See you then.
Cheers.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.